to be taught. Yeah. What's the matter?
What's what?
There's like a device that you're using?
Yes, it's a recording device.
About that?
It's a recording device, ma'am.
Okay, you do know we're taking an official record of your case?
Yes, I'm taking my own official record as well.
Thank you.
Sure. You see how it says notice form at the top?
I do. Thank you for
Thank you.
putting that out to me.
Welcome back to the Pro Se University channel, where we learn about pro se litigation so we the people can stop looking like dumbasses in court. Plus, lawyers charge too much, so for some of us, there's no safety net there. We have no choice but to be the Pro Se for Dummies book on YouTube. Absolute Defiance just put out a banger video that'll have you screaming freedom like William Wallace on Braveheart. Let's get right to it.
Now we're taking your case. I think we're ready to resume. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell the court about this case?
I just want to clarify, Your Honor, am I testifying right now?
Yes, it's a trial.
Okay.
My understanding is that you have no agreements. So.
That's correct.
Nobody tried to do anything. I did not get any discovery.
Just jump in. You're going to take turns because if you want to be on the record, the only way it's going to come out clearly is if one person talks at a time. That includes me. So right now, it's Trooper's turn. Go ahead when you're ready, please.
Yes, Your Honor. So I'm Trooper Lee Constantine in the Hampshire State Police. I've been employed by the Hampshire State Police since May of this year. On July 5th of this year, I completed the law package test out exam, which certified me as a full-time law enforcement officer in the state of New Hampshire. My prior law enforcement experience, I completed the Law Enforcement Academy at St. Petersburg College's Southeastern Public Safety Institute, graduating police recruit class 213 in August of 2019, and then served as a full-time law enforcement officer with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office in Florida from September of 2019 until May of this year, which when I completed the latter process to come up here. On the 9th of July of this year, at about 9 in the morning, I was monitoring traffic on Interstate 93 north in the town of Canterbury. At this point, I do request the court take judicial notice that Interstate 93 north in Canterbury is a way.
Is it what?
It's a way.
Okay.
It's a way in the state of New Hampshire. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. While monitoring traffic, I noticed a silver Subaru hatchback traveling northbound in the left-hand lane of Interstate 93. At the time the vehicle passed by, I did not observe an inspection sticker located in the bottom left-hand corner of the window as it would ordinarily be placed. I contacted with the vehicle and initiated a traffic stop on it. At the time when I entered the tagging as part of the traffic stop, I also discovered that the tag had expired. I believe it was going to be on December 31st of 2023. I made contact with the driver who walked into the vehicle. He provided me with his New Hampshire driver's license. At that point, I identified the driver as Frank Staples. So request the court take notice that Mr. Staples is here today with the beard, wearing the red sweatshirt.
It will.
I asked him about his registration and his inspection. Mr. Staples informed me at the time that he hadn't had the money to take care of it and that he had just started work. As such, I issued a citation for the inspection violation and not issued a citation for the unregistered vehicle.
Now, let me just pause to say that this cop is articulating himself very well, right? Well-spoken, sounds polite, sounds like he's doing his job. And the judge does not question that at all. Some of you guys are thinking it's reasonable, but pay very close attention to what this guy says. This is where the video gets really good.
Anything else that you want to tell the court?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Staples. It's your turn.
So, would I get to cross him?
Yes.
Okay. So, what law or statute requires an unregistered vehicle to be inspected in the state of New Hampshire?
I believe it's going to be 266 section 1, I'm not sure.
266-1, but you're not sure? So can we get a copy of it out, or can I pull it up on my phone to show to him? Yeah, my question, he says he's not sure about that. So how is he supposed to enforce this registration and inspection law if he's not sure how it works?
You can answer that question.
Whenever I have a question about a statute, I go and I pull it up, I read the statute prior to taking any kind of enforcement action.
And did you do that in this case?
I didn't know that 266 section 5 does require the vehicle to be inspected, to be operated on the road.
And does that require a registered or an unregistered vehicle to be inspected?
I would have to consult with the statute.
Okay, can we do that or no?
Do you have any other questions?
Oh, yes, I do. I have more questions. So you don't know if 266.5, which is what you charged me with, correct?
Yes, 266 section 5.
Explicitly extends to unregistered vehicles.
I cannot answer that at this time.
Okay, so that would be a no. That would be a no.
Can you
A
answer
yes or
the
no?
question
So do you,
one more time?
does RSA 266.5 explicitly extend its application to unregistered vehicles?
I'm not sure at this time.
Okay, thank you.
I told you this video was going to be good. And if you like it so far, keep watching.
If inspection laws are tied to registration, would you agree with that?
I'm not sure. I have to consult with the statute.
Okay. So, okay, I'm not sure if you could answer. How can an unregistered vehicle be subject to a law that it's not subject to? But you don't know about the law, so you can't answer the question. So, inspection requirements. Under what circumstances does the state consider an inspection requirement to be waived or inapplicable to a vehicle?
I'm not sure. I'd have to check the statute.
Okay. Can an unregistered vehicle legally undergo inspection? And if not, how would an owner comply with the law?
I'm not sure. I'd have to consult with the statute.
Enforcement mechanisms. If the law allows the suspension or revocation of registration for failure to inspect, how does this apply when the vehicle is not registered in the first place?
I'm not sure at this time.
Okay. Questions about your actions. Interpretation of the law. Did you issue this citation under the assumption that inspection laws apply to unregistered vehicles?
Not necessarily to just unregistered vehicles, that it apply to any vehicle being operated on.
Any vehicle being operated. Okay, thank you. Evidence of violation. Did you verify whether the vehicle was registered or unregistered at the time of the stop?
I did.
And it was not, correct?
Correct.
It wasn't suspended?
Was not suspended, it was just, the registration assigned to the vehicle was expired.
Had expired. So, how do you establish that 266.5 applies to an unregistered vehicle?
I would have to consult with the statute.
Okay. Can you identify a case or a statute that directly supports the application of this
Not off the
inspection?
top of my head. I'm sorry, that's out there, I apologize.
It's okay, I was done. So you don't know?
Not off the top of my head, sir.
All right. Public safety questions. Is there any evidence that the vehicle posed an immediate safety risk that justified enforcing an inspection requirement?
I did not notice any immediate public safety risks.
Does the lack of a valid inspection sticker inherently render a vehicle unsafe if it is not registered for operation?
Can you ask that question one more time, sir?
Does the lack of a valid inspection sticker inherently render a vehicle unsafe if it is not registered for operation? So just because it doesn't have an inspection sticker, does that mean that it's unsafe?
Not necessarily, sir.
Does the legislative history of RSA 266.5 indicate that it was intended to apply to unregistered vehicles?
I know nothing about the legislative history of that particular statute.
How does the state reconcile applying inspection laws to unregistered vehicles when the statute primarily refers to registration?
I'm not prepared to answer that question.
Okay. How can vehicle owners comply with the inspection requirement for unregistered vehicles when registration appears to be a prerequisite for inspection?
I would need to consult with the statute.
Were you aware that you can't get a vehicle inspected until it's registered?
I was aware of that.
So you did know that. So then how did you think it was appropriate to apply an inspection requirement to an unregistered vehicle, which makes it impossible to have it inspected until it's registered, as you just agreed to?
Because the statute requires a vehicle to both be registered and inspected to be operated on the ways of the state.
And what law is that?
I don't know off the top of my head for the legislation.
Okay. Let's try to get some notes here. Hold on. Okay. Oops.
Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I'm going through my notes. Can you give me a second, please? Sorry.
If you can let me know, because there's other people waiting for their turns, how much time do you think?
Oh, it's going to take however much time the trial takes. I mean, am I limited on amount of time that I have here to defend myself?
Well, it will impact the others who are waiting already.
Well, that's not my problem. I'm not the one that was instructed to be here today, or instructed myself to be here. I didn't ask them to be here, okay? So...
All right, I don't understand why this rude judge is interrupting this man. He's not speaking nonsense. He's asking good questions. Maybe it's because the system protects the system. If everybody knew their rights like this man does, many of these servants wouldn't have the job security that they do.
Consult with the statute. I believe it gets a little bit more into it than that.
All right, so is it fair to say that you don't know of any due date for an inspection required on this vehicle?
As far as I'm aware, there's not a due date. There's just a requirement that it be inspected.
By what? You just said that vehicles can't be inspected until they're registered. So how am I supposed to inspect the vehicle if it's not registered?
You're supposed to have it registered and then inspected.
Correct. So why didn't you give me a ticket for, which I appreciate, for the registration?
I didn't believe it was necessary to write you 2 citations.
Okay, even though the registration is primary to inspection?
Is a prerequisite of the inspection, yes.
Correct. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
The court will take this under advisement and issue a written order. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Take a brief recess.
All right.
As you guys heard, the judge wants to come back with the ruling later. We don't get to see that, but Absolute Defiance puts it in his description that she does come back and the case is dismissed. I'm guessing maybe he got a phone call or a letter in the mail so they wouldn't have to embarrass themselves in court. If Absolute Defiance really did win this, that's exactly what happened. I guess those are the types of questions you're supposed to ask when you go in there. And he's also in the comment section replying to folks when they're asking him questions. And guys, I went back to look at his channel and his videos. This guy is your favorite activist's kind of activist. This guy is the real deal. Willing to take arrests, willing to take it all the way, willing to litigate pro se in court. It doesn't get better than this. This is what this country needs. If we're not entertained with sports and movies and other nonsense, we are being distracted with hate and animosity towards each other for absolutely no reason. Government is where our focus needs to be. I'm definitely going to be reviewing more of this guy's work. Go check him out. Go subscribe. Leave him some comments. Let him know I sent you. The Pro Se University channel is about to get real good. I'll see you guys on the next video.